But first, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to kick off day 2 with a fantastic keynote speech. And please join me in welcoming right now Elina Roine, Deputy Director General of the Operations Directorate at the European Investment Bank, to open day 2 with her keynote speech. Elina, the floor is yours.
Good morning, distinguished guests, innovators, investors, and policymakers. It is really an honor to be here today, and I'm very excited to stand before this crowd, not just as a representative of the European Investment Bank Group, but also a passionate believer of Europe's power to lead the clean and climate transition. Today, I want to do more than just inform you. I want to deliver a call for action. We are the global climate champion, so why not try to claim also the top spot as a global clean tech leader? With that goal in mind, let's be clear about the point of departure. I'm not probably saying anything that you do not already know, but regardless, Europe is the powerhouse of scientific excellence. We have world-class universities, a vibrant startup ecosystem, and I think you all can vouch here today on that. Our researchers, entrepreneurs, and visionaries have been shaping industries and changed lives in the past decades. But as we all know, past performance is not a guarantee for future success. Draghi and the Letta reports have made it clear. Europe is lagging when it comes to scaling up innovations and investing in breakthrough technologies. We match the United States in the numbers of startups, that is a fact, but too many of our brightest stars and ventures leave, especially for the American shores. Why is that? Access to finance and risk capital is one of the reasons and persisting barriers for our unicorns to stay in Europe. The numbers are stark. 120 billion annual venture investment gap between US and EU, they say, with 80 billion of that gap in scale-up and late-stage funding. That's not statistics, that should be a wake-up call for all of us. Also, we need more made in Europe. Europe's clean transition is increasingly dependent on Asian and notably Chinese technologies. Case in point, solar and the batteries, critical components for our low-carbon future. We must invest in our own clean tech value chain, not just for competitiveness, but also for economic security and resilience. That brings me to what Professor Nicholas Stern called the AA challenge, investment and innovation. We must innovate relentlessly and invest boldly, all at once and at the same time. It is not enough to invent. We must scale. Technology development is not linear. It's exponential. As Hemingway said of bankruptcy, it happens gradually and then suddenly. The same is true for innovation. The process can be slow, and then, if we are ready, breakthrough happens and whole industries can pivot. Case in point, the European offshore wind. We must be ready for that breakthrough moment, and when it comes, we need to have tools available for that step change. And that leads me to the AAA of finance, as I call it. Innovation and technology scale-up doesn't happen without right kind of finance. Companies need to tap right funding instruments at the right time and at the right price to build the capital stack for growth. We need funding that is accessible, available, and affordable, the AAA. And what is needed more today is patient risk capital. Yet, there is the dilemma. Risk capital is rarely patient, and patient capital is oftentimes risk-averse. In particular, it seems to be so in Europe. This is where public finance can step in, not just to fill the gaps, but to de-risk, to catalyze, to crowd in private investment. Public banks like EIB Group can leverage scarce public resources by providing liquidity and offering that critical de-risking solutions, absorbing some of the technology as well as market risks that private investors may still shy away at early stage of technology development. Let me now tell you a bit what EIB is doing about these challenges. My message to you, first of all, is that EIB Group is stepping up. We have just launched our Climate Bank Roadmap Phase 2, and we are staying the course. Not everyone is when you look beyond the European borders. We are holding firm on our ambition. We will continue channeling minimum 50% of our annual lending to green and climate, and we endeavor to mobilize 1 trillion worth of investment in green by 2030. We are investing where it matters most, for climate and for European competitiveness, including energy systems, clean technology value chains, and wider clean tech ecosystem. Secondly, under our new 70 billion TechEU program, we are targeting to catalyze 250 billion investment by 2027 through equity, quasi-equity, and guarantees. So solutions for the whole capital stack. The focus here is very clear. Support European innovators and tech champions to scale up and grow up from idea to IPOs, from lab to leadership. I want to now unpack a bit the TechEU more. The latest financing initiatives under this program include 6.5 billion guarantee facility for European wind tech value chain, and a similar de-risking product is now offered to grid technology companies and manufacturers to ease their access to funding. Further, to help the clean tech companies to scale up access to vital working capital, we are launching a pilot 250 million guarantee scheme supported by the European Commission's InvestEU program. And under this scheme, EIB will be providing, again, a de-risking instruments to commercial banks to free up their lending capacity and improve tech companies' access to OPEX funding. As we add new tools, we continue, of course, through EIF to accelerate our support to European venture capital ecosystem, and we are continue deploying our successful venture debt and investment loan products for innovators and tech champions for growth. Apart from improving financing toolkit at our disposal, we are simplifying rules. We hear a lot about simplification. And we are building digital tools by way of making it easier for innovators, especially smaller companies, to access the finance they need. So accessibility, one of the A's in the AAA. I will invite you all actually here to check out our TechEU investment readiness checker in our TechEU platform, one of the examples of those tools that we are developing. Now, let me sum up here. My message to you today is to you all, Europe must do better in creating fertile ground for tech to grow and stay. We need regulatory simplification, clear, smarter partnerships between public and private, and true capital market integration. We need courage, collaboration, and commitment. And I'm sort of sensing that we have that in this room today. We have a foundation to build on, a vibrant innovation ecosystem and world-class talent, that's clear. Policymakers, innovators, investors, let's stay courageous. Let's build a future-proof, competitive, and resilient Europe, powered by innovation, talent, and true leadership and agency. Again, the message is that the platform is burning. The time for incremental change is over. We need to jump and jump high. With that, I finish my keynote today. And before I step off the podium, I would like to say that the proof is in the pudding, right? And therefore, I'm very proud to announce our latest venture debt agreement with Meva Energy that we will be signing today.
Elina, thank you very much indeed. Thank you for your keynote speech, and it's fantastic and very exciting that we will be actually signing that deal with Meva Energy today, right now. And for that, I'd like to introduce the CEO, Nicholas Davidson, CEO of Meva, and also Elina Bau, Innovation Director at Eno Energy, to the stage for the signing ceremony here at TBB. Welcome. Thank you. Now, congratulations to all of you. And to Nicholas, would you like to say a few words about the deal and how important it is for you?
Yes, of course, I'd be happy to. So first of all, this is my first time on this very stage in the plenary room. I've been doing multiple sittings in the breakout rooms, doing multiple pitches. First time here, it's a great feeling. Meva Energy, we are about delivering biogas and biochar to hard-to-abate manufacturing industry. And we do this by thermochemically converting biomass and biowaste to biogas. We do it in a decentralized fashion, meaning that we set up our plants directly within the premises of existing manufacturing industry. And there are, in particular, three parts of our value propositions, and I'd like to go through them all with you. First of all, the decentralized aspect of this means that we do not have to align with the general standards of the conventional gas grid. We can produce a gas that is sufficiently good for its purpose, which basically means producing high-quality process heat for manufacturing industry. That is not the same thing as aligning with the gas grid standards. The benefit of that is that we can produce the gas at lower cost. We have fewer unit operations when we produce the gas, and that is the reason why the cost is low. And there's also another benefit of producing the gas with fewer unit operations. It means that we keep the most part of the primary energy in the feedstock in the gas itself. The process is efficient. And please remember what Michael Liebreich talked about so elegantly yesterday, the importance of efficiency, the importance of making sure that we use the heat for the right purposes, to warm our houses, to cool our beer. We shouldn't just waste it at parasitic losses. So efficiency is really an important thing in all types of energy systems. So secondly, the second important aspect is decarbonization. We produce biogas, but we also produce biochar. And typically, we use the biochar as a carbon sink. We use it for soil improvement. It does not degrade. It stays stable for potentially thousands of years, and it creates a carbon sink. That is the reason why the complete system as such can have a very low carbon footprint. Third aspect, security of supply. We're using local biomass residue, local bio-waste, such as forest residue, such as even agriculture residue, that is available all over Europe abundantly. You might have heard what happened a couple of days ago. The EU energy ministers opted to, from 2026, completely prohibit the imports of Russian gas into Europe. And that's a very good thing to hear, a step that maybe should have been taken a long time ago. Because we don't need that gas. We can produce our own biogas, and this method could be one of those opportunities to do that. So all in all, we have low cost, we have decarbonization and sustainability, and we have security of supply. So we are addressing all three parts of the energy trilemma. In terms of maturity, we have built one first plant so far. It is sitting in Sweden, supplying gas as we speak to an Italian tissue producer, Sofidel. Second project is with the IKEA industry in Poland. And the third one being signed last year is with Elkowire, a copper smelting plant in southern Sweden. So we are already within several industrial verticals here where this technology is widely applicable. Finally, being here on this historical moment for us, this important agreement with EIB will have a lot of impact on our future. It is an agreement that will create financial security for the continued development of the company. And more specifically, it gives us visibility for 5 plants, being able to have part of the financing for 5 plants already at hand due to this instrument. That's a very important thing to do. It was not a very easy thing to fix this agreement. It took a long time, and I would like to thank, of course, our dear colleagues at the EIB. Very much looking forward to the partnership now. And also want to thank our friends at Inno that facilitated this. So, yes, without further ado, I'm very happy to be here today at the TBB in particularly, continuing with the signing ceremony.
Thank you so much, Nicholas, and congratulations. We now proceed to the signing of the deal itself, if you'd like to go.
Okay. Guessing we need to sign something. Thank you very much. Great, thank you.
And now, Elina, as a facilitator of this deal, would you like to make a few words?
Yes, thank you, and congratulations. We said yesterday that the TBB is the place where our ecosystem connects, our ecosystem meets, and where we make things happen. And this is an example of it. I'm super proud to be here because this investment deal started at the TBB. It started with a first meeting between the EIB team and also Niklas from MEVA in one of these TBB starting to make things happen. So this is a great moment for us. And also, it shows that the EIB is also adapting to the challenges that we have to say. I just say, I mean, you are walking the talk. Because it is not only about supporting large-scale projects, but also supporting those of you that you are at this moment in this valley of death. A period that it is very long and it is capital intensive. So thanks a lot, EIB, thanks a lot, Elina, for continuing to support clean tech to reach industrial scale here in Europe. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Elina, and also Christian there for that wonderful moment. Thank you, Nicholas. Thank you.